Have you noticed this? A few slices of meat, a bit of cheese, and somehow your body feels heavier than after a full dinner. Here's what makes it confusing. It doesn't hit you right away. For many people over 60, it shows up later as heavy legs, mild swelling, or restless sleep that night. That delayed response is the key difference now. Christmas charcuterie boards aren't handled like normal meals anymore. They're concentrated, they come in small bites, and nothing clearly tells your body to stop. This doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It means your body responds differently now, especially later in the day. Cured meats carry a lot of salt. You don't feel it while you're eating. But hours later, that salt quietly pulls fluid into the bloodstream. That's when pressure rises and circulation has to work harder, especially in the legs, when the body is already slowing down. Cheese makes this easier to miss. The fats digest slowly. Fullness is delayed, so grazing continues, bite after bite, minute after minute. Here's what almost no one explains, and this pattern will repeat. Small bites don't register as a meal. They register as constant intake. Even without diabetes, that keeps blood sugar slightly elevated for longer, not enough to feel dramatic, but enough to strain circulation over time. That's why the signs are subtle. Heavy legs in the evening, mild swelling, restless nights, that vague off feeling you can't quite explain. It feels harmless in the moment, but your body no longer processes it like a single event. That's why this sits at number 5 on the list of holiday foods that quietly affect circulation. Charcuterie boards don't feel heavy, they aren't sweet, and nothing feels wrong while you're eating them. That's the trap. They're eaten slowly. Often before dinner, not as dinner, so your body never gets a clear stop signal. After 60, salt isn't flushed as efficiently. Fluid shifts happen later, usually in the evening, when no one connects the feeling back to the food. Aged cheeses add to it quietly. Delayed digestion, delayed fullness, more grazing than you realize. And again, the same pattern shows up. Small bites don't register as one event. They register as constant intake. That's where the overload comes from. The signs aren't dramatic. They're familiar. Heavy legs, restless nights, mild swelling you assume is just normal aging. It isn't. It's timing and salt. Now here's the important part. You don't have to skip the board. Small changes make a real difference. Choose fresh proteins instead of processed meats. Turkey, chicken, hummus. Add unsalted nuts or a few olives. Fill the plate with raw vegetables like cucumber or peppers, and drink a full glass of water before you start eating. Those simple shifts lower the salt load, ease pressure on circulation, and help prevent the nighttime leg heaviness many people don't realize is food-related. That's why this food isn't harmless, but it is manageable. And now the issue shifts from slow pressure buildup to sugar timing. Number 4 on this list, gingerbread cookies and spiced holiday biscuits. These catch people off guard. They're small, they feel comforting, and nothing feels wrong while you're eating them. But here's why they matter, especially after 60. These cookies absorb quickly. There's very little fiber. Nothing slows sugar down. So blood sugar rises fast, and later it can fall quietly, not as hunger, but as fatigue, lightheadedness, that subtle shakiness or dizziness that's easy to dismiss. That delayed drop is what changes the risk. This matters because those sensations increase fall risk, especially in the evening, especially when standing up or walking to the bathroom at night. Spices don't change this. They add flavor, not protection. And these treats are rarely eaten with meals. They're often eaten alone or grazed on throughout the day. That removes the buffering effect food normally provides and sharpens the spike and crash cycle. That's why this ranks above number 5. Charcuterie slowly loads the system. This disrupts timing. Now the good news. You don't have to avoid them. Have sweets only after a full meal. Stick to one small serving. Avoid grazing. When possible, choose oat-based or nut-based cookies, and pair sweets with protein, nuts, or yogurt work well. These small changes smooth blood sugar, reduce dizziness, and keep energy steadier. But once sugar timing is disrupted, speed becomes the problem, and the next holiday favorite moves even faster. Number 3 on this list, cream-based holiday drinks, eggnog and cream liqueurs. These surprise people too. The glass is small, it feels gentle, almost harmless, but drinks remove your body's natural safety brakes. When sugar and fat arrive in liquid form, nothing slows absorption. Add alcohol, and after 60, the systems handling this are already slower. Blood sugar rises quickly, insulin lags behind, and hours later, sugar can drop without warning, often in the middle of the night. At the same time, the heavy fat adds strain. You may not feel it while sipping, but later you notice it. Poor sleep, nighttime restlessness, dizziness when you stand, that heavy, uncomfortable feeling in the chest or legs. It's the delay that makes these drinks tricky. That's why number 3 ranks above cookies. Cookies disrupt blood sugar timing. These drinks spike it faster and stress multiple systems at once. Now here's the reassuring part. You don't have to give them up. Keep cream-based drinks earlier in the evening, never late at night. Always have them after food, not on an empty stomach. Dilute when you can, half milk, half water. Skip alcohol when possible. Spiced warm milk or cinnamon tea offers the same comfort without the strain. These small changes protect nighttime blood sugar, reduce heart stress, and help you sleep more steadily. And now the challenge shifts again from speed to combined strain. Number 2 on this list, savory stuffed pastries, sausage rolls, and cheese puffs. These don't look dangerous. They're small, they're warm, and one never feels like too much. That's exactly why they matter. These foods combine several stresses, not one at a time, but together. They're usually eaten later in the day, and timing matters. In the evening, the body is slowing down. Insulin response isn't as sharp. Circulation isn't as responsive. Digestion is winding down. The pastry is refined flour. Blood sugar rises quickly. The filling adds heavy fat. Digestion slows, and the salt quietly increases pressure, all in the same window. Because these pastries are soft and easy to eat, fullness arrives late. It's common to have one, then another, without noticing how much has added up. The effects don't show up right away. They show up later. Heavy legs, mild swelling. That uncomfortable fullness when you lie down at night. This is why it ranks above number 3. Cream-based drinks act fast. These pastries act longer, placing steady strain on blood sugar, circulation, and the heart at the same time. Now here's the reassuring part. You don't have to skip them completely. Have one piece, not repeated snacking. Pair it with protein or a salad. Avoid having them late at night. When you can, choose lighter, vegetable-based versions. These small choices reduce pressure surges, ease digestive strain, and make the evening feel more settled. But even with care, the final item on this list is the most difficult for the body to manage because it looks healthy, feels refreshing, and moves through the system faster than almost anything else at Christmas. Number 1 on this list, festive fruit juices and holiday punch. This is the one that surprises people the most. It looks healthy, it tastes refreshing, and it's often poured without a second thought. But this one moves faster than your body can protect itself. When fruit is turned into juice, the fiber is gone. Nothing slows the sugar down. And when several fruits are mixed into one glass, the sugar load quietly multiplies. After 60, fast sugar surges are harder to manage. There's no chewing, no fullness signal, no gradual absorption, just a sharp rise followed by a sharp drop. And that drop doesn't always feel like hunger. It shows up as fatigue, dizziness, blurred focus, that unsteady moment when you pause before standing or walking. That's what makes this number 1. It feels harmless. It feels familiar. And because it's fruit, it's often consumed freely, even late in the day, when the body is least prepared to handle it. This is when balance becomes vulnerable. This is when falls are more likely. And this is why people feel off later without knowing why. Now here's the key. You don't have to avoid it, you just have to slow it down. Dilute juice at least halfway with water. Keep portions small, half a glass is enough. Choose whole fruit whenever you can, and have juice earlier in the day, not in the evening. These small changes steady blood sugar, reduce strain on the heart, and help protect balance and energy. And here's the bigger lesson behind this list. None of these foods are bad, none of them need to be banned, and this isn't about taking joy out of Christmas. What changes after 60 isn't willpower, it's timing, it's speed, and how quietly the body responds now. The danger isn't one cookie, or one drink, or one bite. It's how fast certain foods move through a body that no longer gives loud warning signs. That's why the problems don't show up at the table. They show up later, at night. When legs feel heavy, when balance feels off, when sleep doesn't come easily. And the good news is this: once you understand the pattern, small adjustments become protection, not restriction. If this helped you see holiday foods differently, stay here with us at Prime Senior Health. We share clear, practical guidance for bodies that change with age, so you can feel steadier, sleep better, and enjoy the holidays with confidence. Because Christmas doesn't harm seniors, unnoticed patterns do.